Boom. All right. Here we are.
Thank God.
Returning to the Thorn 3-pack. I'm co-host Tom Kiely, General Manager, Thorn Brewing Company. With me, as always, Hubba Hubba.
Mr. Lubba Lubba.
Taylor, Sales Director for Thorn.
And, of course, actually, OG from the back when we were doing more 3-packs.
Ernie Salgado.
There you go, buddy.
Earnball.
I don't want to say
Earnball.
a name for you. I probably would have pronounced it wrong. I remember one time I go to Ernie. I go to Ernie. I'm like, hola. And he, like, legitimately just looked at me like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, not, like, trying to be, like, a jerk. Like, he just literally it didn't even enter his mind that I would say a word in Spanish. And I said it so bad, it's like that no one says like. How dare you?
Yeah.
You've insulted my language.
Just keep saying hi. That's about it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Just stick to hi.
I got Spanish. High school Spanish. That's all I got.
Just as long as you know taco, burrito, carne asada,
Yeah.
pollo.
I know what are they like?
Look at this guy. Of course he knows that.
That's all I know. Do you, are there like 30 letters in the Spanish alphabet?
I don't know.
Because
There's a lot of accents and there's a lot of little dots and stuff over our.
Yeah.
There's like backwards commas,
Characters.
commas. Yeah, characters.
So I remember like probably 95% of the there was an alphabet march song that we used to A B C H A D A F A. I don't know if people that actually speak Spanish ever had to learn that song. That's all I got. Ernie, yesterday we were chatting about the active shooter situation that went down on what's today? Thursday? Was it Tuesday?
Monday,
Yeah.
I think.
No.
It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it was Tuesday.
So in the story, you were the guy in the white shirt and blue jeans next to the suspect who was in brown shirt and brown shorts, and they tried to shove a gun in your mouth. So can you, from your perspective, can you tell the story from your perspective? Because I wasn't here for it, so I'm just going based off of what I heard.
So, Gareth, my bartender, comes out. And he's like, dude, I was taking out the trash, and there's like a standoff in the alley. And I told the cops, he's like, should I go back in? They're like, get back in. So, checking on the distillery and checking on Neil and all the operations that are going on, I'm like, all right, man, I got to go check and see what's going on. And my cousin works across the way. So I'm like, girl, what's going on? Like, what's up? And she's like, and so I'm talking to Neil. I'm like, dude, what's up? Like,
Neil is in the suspect in
Neil
brown
is in the
shirt.
suspect. Ironically, and I'm wearing a brown shirt today. So Neil is like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, and so this cop, he just keeps telling me, like, come here. And I'm like, me? Like, I just got here. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't even know what's going on. Could I help you with something? Like, what up? Come here. I was like, I seen all the guns pulled. I'm like, no, man, you come here. and he's like, come here. And I'm like, nah, fuck you, come here. If you ain't going to come here, then we're just going to lock up. Because it's like the OK Corral. There was AR-15s.
You're in the alley, right?
I'm in the doorway of the alley.
All right, so the doorway from the distillery, it's sloped to the alley, and it's one of those big overhead garage doors. And is it cops on both sides with guns drawn? So it's pretty much like a semicircle around you with like 16 guns pointed into the thing. And you're standing next to the suspect.
Yeah, I'm standing next to the guy in the brown shirt and the brown shorts and the hat. Meanwhile, I have a white shirt on and blue jeans, and they're telling me to come here. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And so with everything going on, I'm like, you know what? Let's lock up. This is some OK Corral type shit. So let's close it up. And I guess that made him even more upset.
So did you know they were pointing the guns at?
I had no clue what was going on.
All you saw was a bunch of cops with their guns drawn and one guy being like, you come out here. Yeah. And you're like, no, I'm closing the door. I'm fucking getting the fuck out of here.
He kept telling him, like, come here. I was like, what can I do for you? You need help with something? Like, what's going on? Like, come here for what? Like, I'm not going to get in the middle of people, like, aiming down the street. And what if whoever they had their gun pointed out came out with the gun or whatever happened, and then they start shooting, and my dumb ass is in the middle because dummy over here said, come here.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
fair. Very fair.
Ernie, you have a level of street smarts that I do not. I'd be like, okay, just like.
So I was like, nah. So, mind you,
Yeah.
I'm standing with the guy in the brown shirt and the brown hat and everything.
But at this time, you didn't know that there was
I
a suspect
had
of that description.
No clue of
Yeah.
anything that was going on. I thought that they were suspect with some guy in the alley, or I didn't know. So I'm like, Neil, this is okay corral. Let's just close the doors. So I close the door, and I'm like, why keep calling me? Like, he called me like 6 times. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Did they say anything to you when the door was shutting? Like,
Oh,
bye.
you could see him like,
That door shuts really slow.
That's what I'm saying. It was like slowly coming down, and the cops just like.
It's one of those button ones
Yeah,
that like
the cops
goes
like, what
this
the fuck?
fast.
so he's just like, he could see it, like, he's just like, man, he ain't gonna come over here. It was like, so I called my dad because my dad used to be a policeman. So I was just like,
Was he a San Diego cop?
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, these guys are outside and they keep telling me to come here, but they all got their guns drawn. So I'm like, what should I do? He's like, go out there. I said, but I didn't do nothing wrong. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to them. So at that point, I came over to the side fence, and I'm standing on the kegs. And I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And then they're like yelling at me, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And I'm like, nah, man, you guys got guns still.
Yeah.
So my dad's yelling at me on the phone, just go out there, and they're yelling at me. So I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to go out there. Lifted up my shirt.
Yeah.
Don't got nothing on me. But I was still to the point where I wasn't in arm's distance to them because they kept telling me, come here, come here, come here. So I was like, okay, I'm right here in front of you guys. What do you want? Come here, come here. And then there was like a whole little herd of them. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. If you guys can't tell me what's going on from here, then I'm going to go back in. And then that's when
You guys are in block the camera formation.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then so when I go out there, and then Barbecue Dave, he comes out. He's like, Ernie, stay there, because he was watching everything from the fence. And he's like, dude, those 2 cops, they wanted to pounce on you. And like, that's why I was staying within arm's distance. So Dave goes out to talk to the other cops, and then they're like, yeah, we're looking for a guy in a brown shirt and brown hat or whatever. And I'm like, I have a fucking white shirt on and blue jeans. Like, I fit your description not to anything.
Literally the opposite in every category.
Every direction. But because I had the white T-shirt, I didn't have a cowboy hat on at the time, but I honestly think that probably would have made a difference. But shaved head, tattoos, white T-shirt. Let's pick on that guy. Looks like he might have been the active shooter versus the 50-something-year-old white guy.
The confused old man.
Old man. And he was a suspect. I'm like, I don't even. And so it got to the point where it was a miscommunication. I understand that, but then there were some actions taken by one particular officer
So before you weren't here, so what ended up happening earlier in the day is a guy was walking his dog. Dog took a shit. Neil's like, hey, dude, aren't you going to clean up your dog shit? And the guy said, like, fuck you or something.
He told Neil, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then
So did Neil already, was Neil holding a BB gun this whole time?
We have a BB gun right there on the storage tanks, because when a stripping run takes 6 hours. So what are we going to do? We have to stay in the distillery for the whole 6 hours.
Yeah.
So we sit there and we shoot cans like little kids. We're a bunch of grown little kids.
Yeah.
So we're shooting cans. And so when the guy told Neil to fuck off, and so Neil just was pissed and grabbed the closest thing to him. And he's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
And the guy said, oh, he's chasing me down the street with an AR-15, blah, blah, blah. That's an active shooter. And then he told the cops, like Neil said, he's like, I want to shoot somebody today. And it's just like.
Oh, but Neil didn't say that.
No.
Okay. I had heard Neil said something to that effect, and I'm like, that's kind of a weird thing for Neil to say, but would the guy just make it up?
Yeah, the guy said that, he had an AK-47, blah, blah, blah. And it was a black BB gun. It was just like nothing to like.
It's literally a small black wooden BB gun. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that I could tell the difference.
Yeah, but if a guy's going down and making an accusation that, hey, there's a guy with an AR-15 or AK-47, that's a lot different of.
No, I hear you.
And so just making these accusations and just kind of escalating into where my life was in jeopardy because I wasn't coming out and I didn't know what the heck was going on. You guys are about to jump on me. And that's where it got to the point where there was an officer. He made a comment about me and Neil, how our faces should have been in the ground. And it's like, bro, but I didn't even do anything. Like, you get mad at me because I didn't come to you? I asked you why you wanted me to come.
I was under the impression what happened is one of the cops was like, you should have your face. It was something like face in the ground. And then someone else was like, if the sergeant wasn't here, you guys would have a bullet in your chest or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I actually talked to the sergeant after, and I'm like, dude, like, because at that point, I'm not gonna deal with kids. They're just coming out of the police academy,
Yeah.
and that's what the senior officer said. They said these guys are 6 months out, and I said maybe they need to go back and do another 6 months.
Literally.
He's like, maybe some of them do, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not gonna spend time arguing with kids. Give me who's in charge, and we'll talk. Because if you're gonna play games, then I'm not. You guys want to play games? I'm not gonna play games, but. So
Yeah, it's a waste of your time at that point, right?
Yeah, fuck 'em. Not really.
Well,
but I mean,
it's not just games. I mean, they have guns in their hands, so it's like a little more serious
it's
than
like,
that.
Hey, you want to tell me why I need to come over there? There's an active shooter. Come out. Is everything cool in there? We got a call of an active shooter. But if they're just telling me, come here, nah, man.
Yeah.
I can't.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how this one ends.
Yeah.
But the really disappointing thing was that for that comment to be said, especially from a police officer, but especially from an African American police officer, that was really disappointing. It's like after
You would think he would
everything, yeah, you would
understand.
think that you would be like trying to make a name for not only your race but your department, and that's the kind of stuff that's coming out of your mouth. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like
Wait, so you say it was the guy that said your face should be in the ground was a black cop?
he said that Mexican guy and that white guy's face should be on the ground,
Oh.
and that's when his sergeant sent him down to go take a walk.
Oh.
Damn.
Yo, it's a
Yeah,
little layer.
yeah, what's going on here?
A little racial tension.
I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it's
No, I
an
hear.
escalated situation, but at the same time, it's just like those things that need to be. They need to be addressed versus, hey, you know what? I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but you know what? That's not if you get signed up for this job, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it, then maybe you need to be held accountable for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As in any job, if one of our bartenders say, hey man, that Mexican guy over there and the black guy, they can't have any more. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
man.
Nah, bruh.
Nah,
Nah. So,
that ain't happening.
Yeah, I hear you say you would hope that the black officer would have a little perspective, be like, hey, I know what it's like to be the other, and there's all these white officers, and they see you, and you look different, and then like we're still animals, right? We're like 200,000 years away from like throwing shit at each other, like
Right.
our own shit at each other, like.
yeah.
You know, people that look like you have just a natural familiarity with them, and people that look different, like it's just I think like a natural instinct that you
Right.
have to like actively like
You
consider on, yeah, and so you would hope someone like, dude, you know what it's like to not look like them and be like, yo, do you even think I'm human when you're looking at me? Do I just look like a criminal?
Right.
Because I got a darker skin and I'm covered in tattoos,
Yeah.
and because this guy doesn't sound like he only speaks English. You. I know you got. There's another language inside of there.
Kid
yeah.
sketchy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, hey, glad you survived
You know
it.
what? It's, as I said, to be able to laugh it off and not make a big deal of it. That's how you move on from situations.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go protest. Fuck yeah, everybody. No, you know what? I'm gonna look at the situation, see what they did wrong, see what I did wrong, and move on from it.
Yeah. It's funny because when we were talking to Barbecue Dave after it happened, it was me, you, and Dave. Dave was shit-faced, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, I don't blame him. Be like, I had a day.
Yeah.
But he had michelada. He had rim all over his
Oh.
face. I've never seen him that drunk. But he's a little more conservative than I am. But he's out there. He can't help but be like, you know what? You know those cops, those fucking assholes. This that. And then like 5 seconds later. Now, I ain't into that defund the police shit. You know, their job's really hard, but, like, it's like we still, like, gravitate towards those, like, fights that
Yeah.
it's like, yo, we can just all be a bunch of people that had a shitty experience,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be politicized.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, we're all alive, thank God.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Ernie,
And
Ernie was going
Neil
down.
wasn't here yesterday, so,
Neil took the day off, and Dave took the day off too.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I am worried about Neil, what his day was like yesterday.
Yeah.
Neil earned
Emma probably beat the shit out of him.
Emma's
Neil
probably
earned his
pissed.
stripes. He earned his ghetto stripes yesterday.
Okay, then after, were you here when the machete guy was here?
I was here, but I wasn't in the area.
So imagine being your guy, you yell at a guy because he just shit in the in the alley and didn't pick it up, and you make like a joke at him, like a shake your fist joke. I know, like at the time, you just think like it's just a fucking BB gun, I'm just fucking around. You don't think anything serious. Then you got guns in your face. You get cuffed. You get out of it. You're like, holy shit, what a day! I need a beer. And then 3 hours later, there's a guy with a machete trying to steal shit when
yeah.
you work, and it just doesn't end.
It doesn't end.
And then the cops get called for that, and I'm just like,
Did they really? They came back?
they filed a report next door. Supposedly they called the police and
On
Dave, because Dave was pissed off and went over there and was like, "You motherfuckers are coming over here, goddamn machete, stealing all our shit." And after him having michelada all over his face, and it's just like, yeah. So they kind of
little did Dave know how much he was acting just like them.
Right.
Exactly. So what we had to do was like, hey, we had to go. Dennis and I had to go smooth over the situation, and it's like there's a lot of tension in the air lately.
Mm-hmm.
We need a smudge of the whole building or the whole block or something.
Right.
Yeah. Jimmy made a good point. Like, we should probably make it more of a point to like really like clean up that alley and like show a little ownership, and then work in conjunction with nobody wants like bad shit happening in their area,
Right.
And like we spend so much time in the alley because we have these massive doors and do some like I think it's fair. We should take a little ownership and probably do a little bit better job, like weeding and picking up trash.
Stuff like that,
yeah.
So
Let's do it. Let's make a commitment.
let's crack it.
Let's by September 1st.
Yeah, for sure.
You done for that?
Let's do a before and after picture.
Yeah. Deal.
For sure.
It's agreed.
Agreed.
All right. Well, I guess moving on from that. Tough transition right there. Do you ever go to the Valle?
No.
What is your relationship with Mexico? Do you go? Do you have family there? Do you enjoy going? Because are you from Barrio or Sherman Heights?
I'm from Shelltown.
What's Shelltown?
Shelltown is over there by 38th Street.
What's it like? What is it neighbor? What neighborhood?
Over there.
38th and what?
On the opposite side of the 15. So where Logan ends is where the 15 divides the neighborhoods. So from the 15 to the 805, from the 94 to
I think I know the area.
National City is all
Mhm.
Shelltown.
So you're from Shelltown, but you live in Barrio now.
Yes.
Confirmed.
So I grew up in.
Confirmed.
I did it all. I was like, I had one grandma lived in Shelltown, one grandma lived in Logan, and then I went to school in Sherman, and I played football in Lomas. So I had to be cool with all of the gang members.
What's Lomas?
Lomas is Golden Hill.
Okay.
All the gang members from up there too.
Interesting. I don't think so. I know San Diego from 2012, but even then, I lived in PB, so I didn't really know San Diego until call it 2015 is when I actually started to get to know neighborhoods.
Right.
So anything that any neighborhood was like before 2015, I have like heard stories about. But to me, like Golden Hills is like not where I would think gang members live.
Oh yeah, there's gang members around there.
South of the 94.
Yeah.
Mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Above the 94 is not too bad, but.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So you've like in the movies, you fought your way through.
Yeah.
A little diplomacy, a little football.
Yeah, I've learned a lot through all those neighborhoods, and I've seen more than my share of violence and stuff like that. But it's something that I realized at a young age. Is like, man, if I keep hanging out with these cats and keep doing what I'm doing, then I'm gonna either end up dead or in jail. And so what I did was I put myself on a fishing boat, and from fishing boat, I worked in the marine industry for 18 years, and from $50 a day to making $110,000, I was doing it. And then I got laid off, and then I was like, I'm gonna be a policeman. That didn't work out.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
And then
I took the civil service exam.
There you go.
I almost did too.
So I took the test. I took the test for San Diego, failed by 1. I took the test for Harbor, passed. Out of 800 applicants, I was down to the last 21 applicants and didn't make it. Fire department, I got my EMT certification, but realized that you couldn't, if you got hurt after 40, if you weren't able to come back within a year, then you lose your job. So
Damn.
yeah, so
Fuck
that
that.
didn't work out. So I talked to Dennis, and I started doing beer, and now I'm beer in restaurants, and I guess I'm being successful at it.
Welcome, brother.
Hell yeah, dude. So you didn't answer my question on the Valle.
I
Oh,
said
what's
no.
your
I said no. I've never
Oh,
been
you
to the
never been to
Valle.
Valle.
No, I've never been to the Valle. My connection with Mexico is TJ.
Yeah.
My grandma was born in TJ. I never spent too much time down there. Rosarito Beach, just growing up, just Mexico. But I want to go to Mexico City. I want to go to Nayarit. I want to go to.
I've never been to Mexico City.
Yeah, I just hear it's phenomenal.
You haven't been either?
Just the food is no. I haven't been anywhere.
Let's go.
Let's go. I haven't been anywhere deep in Mexico, so
Yeah.
that's where I'm trying to. That's my next trip.
Let's fuck it up.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Yeah, you say when. Oh, good. That was another cop.
She was texting me about it.
Okay. So, Obi Brewery, 2018 JBF Small Brewery of the Year.
Yep.
Is teaming up to open a brewery in the Valle. That's why I had mentioned. Eric, coincidentally, co-founder of Thorn Brewing Company, is partnering with Colin from Trans Peninsula to also open a brewery in the Valle.
Sweet.
I think coronavirus kind of put a halt or a slowdown to it. I don't know what the plan is. But, yeah, they're opening a spot in the Valle.
Dope.
I know there's a lot of nice, the Frida House, I think, that is one of the places down there. That's, like, the place that I keep been telling to go to. And these are by, like, people that live down there. Like, go to the Frida House. I think that's.
Is it like a museum or?
No, it's a winery. It's called the Frida House in the Valle. So.
But it's based off of Frida. Was it Kaling or whatever her name is?
Frida Kahlo.
Kahlo.
Yes.
That's close.
No, you weren't.
And by my standards, I was close. No, my girlfriend's obsessed with her and her unibrow. Yeah, remember you brought those girls that made the little knickknacks, and they made like these little like kind of stuffed animal Freitas, and they just had this massive unibrow. Yeah, sick. All right, boys. Well, we got a big day ahead of us. We're doing an event on Sunday, the Stack Michelada.
Yep.
And was that the DirecTV guy right there?
Yep.
Because we're gonna have we're gonna have Padres game. It's happening.
Okay.
Padres game on Sunday, baby.
Let's do it.
Outside.
I'm into it.
Padres on Sunday.
Sweet.
Big screen TV, just like Petco Park.
Cool. Are you gonna be there?
No.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna be in Julian for the weekend.
Oh boy.
And then my dad leaves next week to Texas, so we're gonna have a family dinner at my parents' house.
Are you going to Julian with Dennis? I take it.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Who here goes to Julian? Unless you're hanging out with Dennis or getting a pie, I guess. Dennis is gonna claim like, yeah, no shit, I was already thinking of this, but he didn't. That's what Dennis does. Know what we need to do is beer and a shot collaborations.
Yes.
We find someone.
Boilermakers. Oh, there we go. The boiler room, the Boilermakers.
Boom. So you guys partner on a spirit, and then when it's like a month away from release or whatever, we brew a beer with them and and we can release them together.
I'm into that
It'll
idea.
be a beer and a shot collab.
Well, we already got the vodka and the
Gin. Oh shit! I didn't drink that little gin. Is there more over there?
It's bomb.
Yeah?
It's
I'll be
super
the judge of that.
It's super good.
My
Go grab
dad
one.
will be the judge of that.
Yeah.
No one drinks more gin than
Go
my
grab one.
dad.
Hurry up and grab one. I want to see Jack drinking right now.
I'll drink it.
Go grab one.
Where is it?
It's right down the table.
You want me to chug it?
Yeah.
You think I won't chug it?
Yeah. No, I know you won't chug it.
Bitch, I'll chug it.
All right.
She ain't gonna check it.
See, there come the names out.
All right.
It's on the metal table in the distillery.
Tom, I don't think I've ever seen you drink hard alcohol.
He was drinking Miller High Lifes yesterday.
Yeah.
I wanted to take a picture of it.
That's what I was saying.
Hey,
I don't think I've.
You're a traitor.
I don't think I've ever seen Tom drink hard alcohol. I think it's beer. It's always been beer. So I'm curious at what his reaction's gonna
Tom's
be
gonna
like.
bust out in some funky rash after he takes his
Literally.
So here we go. I'm not a gin guy at all, but this gin is.
What you get? Did you guys get some sort of local herb or something?
I think Neil got some juniper berries from somewhere local.
Do you want me to chug it or just taste it?
Just taste it.
Chug it.
Chug it. Or is that the vodka?
That's gin.
It's good, huh?
It is good.
It's good.
It's gin.
Citrusy. It's yeah.
It doesn't burn that bad.
No, it doesn't. And I don't like gin at all, but that's
Yeah.
actually really good.
I made a man face about it too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, not even phased.
No.
What is this, like 300 proof? I mean, it doesn't
Fuck it
matter
up
to me.
now. Fuck it up. Just get it. Oh,
Ah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see that,
You went for
that
it.
twinkle in the eye. You got a little.
I lost my man face.
Yeah. What a man, though. You just handled that like a champion.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Not bad. My dad used to drink a lot of Tangray.
Tanqueray is not good. I can't drink that straight.
Not as good as that.
Not as good as that. No.
No.
Ain't bad.
And that's from recycled beer.
Sick.
Do you know, was that just like, because the vodka was mostly a specific beer. Is this one a specific beer too? Is it like this is just an absolute shit show?
It's just absolute shit show.
Yeah.
Pale ales, IPAs.
We'll call it the Rebrew blend.
Yeah.
House blend.
That's
Sick.
that's the fruit punch.
Yeah, the fruit punch. Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you doing a fruit
Jungle
punch?
juice.
Gin fruit punch.
Oh.
I would love to do the jungle.
Dude, do a jungle juice.
Yeah.
Jungle juice. I'm into that.
That's such a good idea. Because you don't can cocktails anyways, right?
Yeah.
And jungle juice, that's such a dentist drink too.
It is
It's just
such
like
a dentist
It's
drink.
such like a bro frat drink.
Jungle juice.
Just throw 3 bottles in, add some Kool-Aid, call it a day.
All right, guys.
Good shit.
That'd be good.
Later.